pew, 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 pew. Here we are. This is particular content, you know. This is probably the kind of content that you will expect the most, coming from the person who does the most of this kind of particular content, you know. The one who interacts the most with this kind of particular content. The content that is beautiful to see, basically. And wait, why I can't hear this? What is the problem? That means audio. Monitor, bus monitor, monitor, an output. Ah, wait, I think I changed something over here. Let me see. Yeah, I will mix. It should be over here. Ah, it was muted. All along. There it is. There we have it. I can finally hear the videos. And also, yeah. Sorry. Feliz Navidad, Ita. Espero que también la haya podido pasar muy bien. And yes, thank you for saying Merry Christmas. But yeah, it was a very nice event. After all, it was very, very beautiful. So yeah, I hope you also had a great time, however it is that you decided to spend it. I mean, we still have a kind of a lot overall. We need to go over. Well, in general, all the festivities that are still in the summer, you know, for us. We need to survive more than anything else. And yeah, I hope if it was good overall, you can more than anything else then what is it? Properly recover. Because some people kind of, you know, forget to recover. So yeah, please also recover a little bit. And even more if you're drinking, also remember to drink water. I wouldn't say don't drink. I would rather even say I don't really know how to feel about it. I think it is kind of good to indulge a little bit in drinking from time to time. Not, and I wouldn't even say on a monthly basis, but doing it and properly enjoying the experience that can be stuff like that is kind of good, you know. And yeah, the only thing is remember to properly take care of yourself when you get over the whole drinking game, because if you were to not pay attention to that, it gets kind of painful, you know. I wouldn't say it is bad, but it gets kind of painful to make the process itself of getting over, of not having a hangover worse than what it really needs to be. So yeah, basically that. Thank you for being here, Vita. And well, that was, I don't even think I have been saying that much. It was kind of a very fast appearance we have today. So far, yeah, what I wanted to say is we are kind of done so far with Christmas today. I hope we can, in that sense, I hope we can progress a little bit more in creating a new schedule and all of that. I don't know if I will have the possibility of creating one in particular this week, mostly because I think I cannot properly put anything together, because we're still having a lot of problems regarding, let's say, New Year and all of that. So we're kind of seeing and we're kind of observing how to properly put everything in place. And also, welcome, Rosbon. I don't know which time zone it is that you live in. I know it is morning wherever it is that you are. So I hope if Christmas already passed, you enjoyed it, and if it isn't already Christmas, or if it isn't already the 25th, then you can enjoy it probably today. But thank you for being here, Rosman. Welcome. And yeah, I mean, it is kind of amazing to see that these festivities, man, are kind of very crazy. La cucaracha rónica. What? Cucaracha, why? Why cucaracha? Why cockroach? Why what? What? La cucaracha. La cucaracha. La cucaracha. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed kind of late. Sorry, I might be I thought I was saying that. Uh, yeah, sorry. I might be a little bit drunk, not completely, but a little bit, you know. Sorry. Yeah, Ron Spawn, basically. Te, te escuchan a Ronnie. Sorry. I didn't mean to insult you, Ron Spawn. Sorry. It wasn't intentional. I might I might be semi-blind or something like that. I was excuse basically. My God, what an amazing error that was. Man. But well, here we are basically. I cannot even believe that I was able to finally stream today. I thought I wasn't even going to have the possibility, taking into account that, yeah, we're kind of a big family, so I I even thought I I was going to pass out from drinking at one point. And yeah, I mean it happens. These festivities are kind of crazy, you know. I wouldn't even say it is. Well, no, it is kind of easy to keep yourself in control when you have family around yourself to not completely drink too much. But when it happens that, what the fuck you vomited? Oh, that is kind of too much already, you know. Hello, Arke, also welcome. Wait, isn't it Christmas like right now? Arke, hello. Happy Christmas, welcome. Mhm. Well, I mean, obviously here I think it is kind of the same everywhere. The tendency of drinking is very high. They have a, what is it, punch I think they call it, or something like that, and it is very amazing to see that they basically lend themselves to, what is it, almost to a comatose state. Here, I think the difference is we learned how to vomit to not end up almost vanishing. No, what is it? To not end up almost dead, you know, basically. To not end up in a hospital room. But yeah, Basil was always full of emotion, basically. He he always was a very interactive guy. You never saw it before. You're missing on Basil. yeah. He finally is an affiliate, basically. Finally it happened. We finally can say that we have Arkia, the affiliate Basilisk. And mm, yeah, it is this week finally. We're finally going to see an Arkia Basil stream after like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I think it was already a month. It shouldn't have been a month or something like that. I hope we can. December 1, holy fuck, yeah, almost 3 weeks, so yeah. Well, no, almost 4 weeks even. Amazing. What a crazy thing. 3 months. What? No. 3 months. I think the one who is on the 3 months realm of not streaming is or whatever Comet Crust, but he I don't know. Pizza is doing something. Yeah. Pizza is cooking basically. Let him cook. Basic meme. But we in pizza we hope, and in pizza we have faith. You know. Hmm. No, what? No. You know nothing, Vita. You know nothing, Vita. You lack knowledge basically, because Comet is cooking. Comet is creating content basically. Comet is going to become the biggest one of everyone here right now, gathered in this particular place. Pizza is going to make it basically. If there is somebody who is going to make it, it is Pizza, and he will do amazing content. Well, I mean, also a good way to get Pizza to create content would be to kind of pester him to do it, but it is kind of hard, you know. Even more because Pizza doesn't really have that many places to get in contact with others, so you need to really push yourself to get. any kind of contact with him. But yeah, we will have to hope and see what it is that he makes. And kind of on that same sense, we also have to see what ends up happening this week. We have at the very least Arkia. And yeah, I mean, anyways, I have been kind of thinking about it, It is weird, not weird, amazing to see that we have every single day people streaming. And that is very entertaining. Kidnap him. Yeah. He can really be someone who makes great streams. The only problem is, I would say, something that tends to happen to everyone, When you lack the reassurance about your content being something that is good, you will not really try to create anything. And even more, where, uh, where, yeah, when you are in a place in which, people try to kind of deflect or not have that many positive commentary about anyone, because sometimes it at the very least it feels, I am not saying this is the reality, but it feels like some people is really angry because they do not get that much amount of support when it also happens, and when you have other people who might really need it and they cannot get it because those other people who are angry stop that from being a reality. It gets hard, my brother. But at the very least, I hope we can kind of have something going, And also, Vita, stop fucking breaking containment, my brother. But yeah, I understand. Basically, yeah. All the time, we try to get pizza in contact, or get in contact with pizza and tell him that we're working on something. Take this again. Fuck containment. Vita, stream, Vita, become a streamer, Vita, a streamer, become a streamer, and Vita, I have this idea. We need somebody to break complete containment. We need completely somebody to break it completely. You can be the lamp. Vita, you can do it. Yeah. I mean, obviously, all of us here, no, from Raid, yeah, obviously, we're Raid people. Well, I mean, the sad thing is Arkia Raid is a Raid, my brother. 5,000 karma. That is something that you cannot leave behind. That is a reality, That is a crazy thing. Yeah. Cloud. We need somebody who decides to expose everything, who makes a tweet longer, basically. I never understood that shit. Every single time I see somebody creating a tweet longer, I do not understand how it is that they make it. Completely impromptu idea, but yeah. Yes, please expose every single thing, We need exposure. I mean, at the end of the day, that kind of exposure, I don't know if it will be that bad. I kind of understand it from the side of people getting really, really, really angry because some might not want to be unveiled as being part of whatever it is, but I don't know. For sure. Yeah, we're creating a cult basically. I don't know. So far, at the very least, I am happy that we were having the possibility of working for something, for anything at all. Mm, I kind of talk about it the other day with Copa, and it is a very crazy thing, because the desire to create content in general is always there, and the way in which we kind of create these particular things feels very sometimes amazing, sometimes very weird still, because even more it needs, I don't know if it is a lot of preparation or what, but it needs a lot of something, let's say, in the background. And when you're having that necessity to cook anything, well, yeah, obviously, it isn't born from a simple interest on creating it and saying, oh wow, let's see how much this can happen. Rather, yeah, it is born from a kind of necessity. So yes, it is kind of crazy. to see that we are having the possibility of going for something like this. So overall, I I feel like it isn't really that good. Not in the sense of it is not by itself good to say thanks every single time I can, but it is better to keep it kind of concealed sometimes. The amount of gratitude that I might feel based on the things that are like this, because yeah, this is a very amazing experience, and at the same time, it it can still be more, and the hope of this being even bigger is what keeps everything going. I I don't know. It feels weird because sometimes it has that sense of if this were tomorrow to disappear, or if I were, let's say, if I were forced to never once again have the possibility of streaming, I would already be happy with what was created. And I think that is it where the happiness of having something like this going on, existing. And yeah, basically, where the point should be always. Because when you when you can do things based on not only a natural but also an unending amount of greatness, let's say, it is very interesting to go for it. I I am kind of sad that some people doesn't have that possibility, but at the same time, kind of a very big part of this is also trying to guide whoever in the future might come with this particular message in contact with. Also know about it and know that the possibility of finding something that will really get you at ease, let's say, is there. We only need to work on it, and we need only to find it. I would say kind of in a community, mostly because I don't really think it is that good to be completely working alone. I can accept that sometimes we lack the capacity of saying, yeah, it is not bad, but rather helpful for yourself when you realize how much of a kind of negative, probably, or what is the word, of a damaging thing it is to not have the possibility of, you know, creating something that feels not only good for you, but also for everyone else who is around. Because when the time comes and you notice that you're never alone, no matter how much of a lonely feeling you have, you are never alone. And it also, yeah, starts exerting its weight on you. The realization of I might have had the possibility of going for something that was very fun and very, very interesting to make, basically. Because at the end of the day, the idea isn't to simply make, or well, at least saying it as how it comes to my mind personally. I don't think the best way to focus on something like this is to try and create something with which you can retire, let's say, in 5 years or in 10 years. It is more like if the possibility is it bestowed upon us? I don't know that far, but simply the possibility, no matter how it is, we have the possibility of creating something, and the possibility simply existing is a beautiful thing. Because when you see it and more, when you notice that you can harness that possibility and not simply have it existing as something that could happen, but rather something that you are making a reality, it is that you see how much of a beautiful thing it was to put your efforts into something, into anything in particular, but mostly into something that ends up being not only beneficial for you, but also for those who are around you. Because at the end of the day, it is kind of a lie to say, yeah, the biggest gratitude comes only from being good oneself. At, at the end of the day, there's, I don't know, I don't know. At the very least, we're fine. That is the main point here. I don't know. We also I don't really want to make this that much heavy because I know I am kind of, or well, I thought when I literally hit start stream that I wasn't that drunk, but when I was when we were talking and I did a cucaracha, I knew that that was fucking drunk. So yeah, I might want to keep it a little bit down, just in case I say something out of nowhere completely bad, because drunkenness makes you less aware. Don't stop. No, I don't have more alcohol. That is the problem. Uh, I don't have more. I hope one day I could really do something like that, where I could see how it goes and a stream where I am completely drunk, but I am sad. Yeah, yeah. Smirnoff, probably. I will see what we're going to do with alcohol in the future. But let me see what was the other. Uh, Helping others around you is so nice. I love helping others. Yes, I mean that is the great thing, and that is even more in that same sense the good part about it. Because you notice when you try really hard to help others, you notice sometimes how beautiful it is to simply by saying yes, you can, to observe the people with which you are interacting get so empowered under whatever, because every single person simply needs a tiny spark, and when you are capable of creating that tiny spark, everything else gets going. And almost, I try to not say it from the sense of as simply an observer of life, but it feels like when you give so many people the possibility of doing things that they enjoy, you can sit back and see everything unravel in front of you. Let's say the possibility of, yeah, of giving others the chance of doing what it is that they want end up being not only something good but also entertaining, because you see how much someone or anyone could achieve when they desire to make it a reality. And hmm, I think I like feeling I'm useful to anyone other than myself. Yeah, I mean obviously, in a sense, in a deeper sense, it happens that when you become aware about your existence, not as something that is in the void, but also as um, someone who is in a society, you desire it or not, or with or without your consent, you are going to form part of any society. When you realize that you also become kind of aware about the possibility of making your existence there not only enjoyable for you but also for everyone else. Because in a sense, when you have a great time by yourself and for yourself, nothing really changes. But when you start focusing also on the wholeness that is everything that surrounds you, not only the time that you have in the future with yourself is good, the time that you have right now with others also feels great, because you are aware of the fact that you will in the future have more than what you have right now. And not awareness in the sense of greediness, but awareness in the sense of easiness, and even more, I would say, yeah, probably, mm, yeah, kind of another piece that ends up making our incredibly complex puzzle of life more complete. When you have that existing, everything else also falls into its place. But if you cannot see it soon enough, it becomes kind of hard, you know? And, well, I mean, not in the sense that, at the very least, in a more one on one conversation, we are lacking here. It, it is kind of hard to see that we are not the ones who are doing the worst in that sense. And I mean, at the very same time, it is important to still keep in mind that yeah, we are going for something and we are going a lot of times not against, but kind of we're drifting, let's say. And when you decide to drift in a place in where everyone else is doing their normal things, you might notice that what you're doing might feel great, and what you're doing even more, because it has no negative consequence, might be something interesting for everyone to try, but you cannot force it on others, and you cannot really make anyone do things that they do not want. And it is only something that you can try to show and something that you can try to signal to others as being a good thing to act on. But even if that is true, you cannot really force any particular change. And because of that particular idea, it is kind of painful to see sometimes. Let's say, yeah, when you look from the actual now into the past and you see how sometimes others, in the same sense of you have simply an spark of hope, and they create one of the most beautiful fires of interest and desire for achieving something, you can also see the opposite of others. And you can also notice where it could have been that you could have created that particular idea, and where it is that you could have sparked that first, let's say, yeah, that first fire. And I don't know, that is still, I guess, in a sense, at the very least, a good way to take it is even more because you realize how much of a possibility everybody has about getting, I don't know if it is their act together or more like, yeah, their, their mind clear about what it is that they want. When you have all of that in place, you can properly see that even more everybody on an even deeper level has the possibility of working towards something. But you only need to work on it. You will not always find it, and even less, you will not always really be sure about what it is that you want to create. But at the very least, working on it is better than nothing. I mean, why? I don't know. I don't know. Why would we ever want to go back into the world? But yeah, I mean, we're very fine. We're very fine place. That is the main idea. As always, we are very fine, and we can be even better. We can be even better. So that is why we are still working over here, trying to get to an even better place because we realize that now we are good, and we want to be even better. Not only us, but also everyone else who might be in a worse place than us, because it was a hard adventure to get here, and it was not an easy path, the one which we decided to take. But it was a very gratifying one when you are in a place like here and when you are analyzing everything that you have at hand, let's say. And yes, I cannot really say that much. So yeah, how much I have analyzed? Has it been 10 minutes? Okay, I am completely drunk. It has been almost half an hour. Uh, what the fuck? Uh, what the fuck did I say in half an hour? This is amazing. This is content. This is content basically. I don't know what did I say in that much time. Yeah, yeah. Um, content basically. Yeah, yeah. I cannot really say that much. What the hell was that, my brother? And also, welcome, Ayumu. Yes, yes. Literally content. I don't know what to really add. What the fuck was that? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. At the very least, we're fine. It was truly something that I said, probably. So we are fine. We are kind of fine. Um, I hit one yesterday, but then very very great. Now time to time to kill that tiny scar. I mean, Yeah, personally, I tend to do the same, you know. Kind of, sorry, this is immersion break. I tend to also keep my knees a lot of times, and I even have a lot of scars on my knees because over the years I have had so many accidents and things like that. I think the knees in particular are a very non-sensitive area or something like that because I cannot believe how many accidents I have had on that place, on those both places, you know. So no real worries, no real worries. Also, they heal very fast, so no worries. And well, I mean, I forgot to give a little bit more of spin to my clock. But anyways, we have my clock. This is amazing. I I am entering a baby mode because I was going to say I have a clock. This is incredible. Mm, I have scars in my elbows because I am a gamer, I guess. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I I can tell you, I have scars almost over my whole body, so it isn't something that bad. When you learn to live with them, they become simply another mark on the body, not really something that we need to worry about. They are almost like well, not almost, they are literally a sign of something that happened and something that you were able to heal. So even more in that sense, it feels very great to have them. Because you know you were able to fully deal with those things. Yeah. I mean, in my sense, what the fuck? In my case, I I don't have cuts in my fingers, but in my knuckles, you know, because the act of being younger and being more what is it more frenetic with the act of being violent was something very amazing. But now, at the very least, I don't hurt my knuckles that much. But those marks and even more those what is it superficial wounds that are created or something like that, or I don't remember the official term. Those things are going to stay there for life, so no real way to solve that. Simply another mark to carry on. And I mean, I don't know, in that sense, I have been also thinking now that we're talking about marks, is it really worth to get something like a tattoo? I have been thinking, and man, I will cry if I have to spend so much money. I mean, I know that I kind of have a problem with money, probably. I personally think I have spent on my own enjoyment in the last 5 months like $10 or so. So I wouldn't like to spend the money on anything, but you know, my brother, I I I, I cannot deal with that. I hate. I mean, in that sense, I would say probably. And the problem is, it is very personal to accept that because my past, or in my past, I lack so much. Uh, now having to spend even 1 cent feels kind of painful. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I hope at the very least I see it from the positive light of almost a whole generation grew fucking poor here in Argentina, and I hope not that much on Uruguay, but overall in Latin America, we were fucking poor, so we understand how much $1 means. So yeah, at the very least, I know that those who have that same mentality will not really worry about their their kind of things. You know, I'm poor for different reasons. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously everybody is poor for different things. No real need to worry about it. You know? The only problem is getting out of that poor mentality. I mean, at the same, yeah, I, yeah, I wouldn't like to boast, so we're going to keep it as it happens. It simply happens, and hate lawyers. I will become a lawyer. My goal is to fuck over other lawyers in life. Probably. I mean, I have spent, I think, around 20 hours, 30 hours or so learning about laws and all of that and how the, is it still called penal system? No, justice system works and almost in every part of the world. If you are able to argument yourself properly and make a good case out of your things, you can even fight lawyers even if you are not one. Because as long as you are capable of understanding how the laws work, you can make a good case. And the best thing is because the law was created with the idea in mind of making something that everybody could utilize. If you also notice that you are dealing with what is it, corrupt lawyers or judges or anything, you can make even an even bigger case against those people. It is very interesting, but it kind of ends up being the least of the weights, let's say, because you notice also that you might as well not have the possibility of defending yourself every single time. Even more because you really need to spend time learning. I mean, I spent 20 or 30 hours and I cannot really tell you anything in particular about laws. But I can at the very least say what I said before, that if you were able to manipulate properly, or not to manipulate, to create something properly, and even more a good argument against or for yourself, against anybody else or for yourself, if you were able to do it, all of the adventure of having a lawyer is kind of unneeded, and at the same time, you can even defend others as long as you're able to do it. But mm, yeah, it is kind of a crazy thing. Laws in general are kind of a crazy thing because even more if the justice system notices that you are not a credited lawyer and you're defending others, even if you're not saying that you're a credited one, they will still try to punish you because I guess in that sense, that it is where the whole corruption lies or something like that. Because you can still say that you're not a lawyer, try to defend others, and still get convicted because you're playing the role of a professional somehow, even though you win all your cases, as it has happened in the past. That is why it is kind of weird. Yeah, obviously the law system defends itself, but at the same time, it happens that it tries to defend itself, but it has openings, and when you're able to see them, you can let's say make a good make a good hole in the whole system. But what I mean, the problem is the system itself is one thing, and what the people did with the system is another thing. Because the idea that was behind creating a law system was everybody should try to have, not should try, should have the possibility of trying to defend themselves. And we, if it is needed, we will create more capacitated people for for the sake of assisting those who might not be able to do it by themselves. But what ended up becoming in a more corrupted way, where what you say is true, people end up protecting each other, and there is kind of a sense of being afraid about speaking about injustices, corrupt behaviors, and all of that. It is completely different from what was the original idea. Kind of the same as almost any particular system of what is it of ruling, what is the main idea and what ends up being the reality are sometimes almost opposites. We have the possibility of creating something good, but we cannot really make it every single time the best of the best. And Yeah, it is aggressive. It is aggressive. But you might as well. I don't know it. What if? What if you were to try become the best lawyer there is? I don't know. I don't know. You know what you want to do. You might as well not try it. At the end of the day, in that sense, it might be even one of the biggest, let's say, adventures that anybody could take on, even more consciously because you know already how much of a crazy world the whole, uh, yeah, the whole justice system ends up being. So you cannot properly deal with it in just some years. It might even be a fight that might end up taking almost decades. So you can always do redacted. Yeah, probably. Always doing redacted is a good thing, because at the end of the day, when we speak about redacted, it is always a positive thing, and even more because how will anybody defend themselves around, against getting redacted? So yeah, it is very useful to have that tool in particular, but at the same time, it might not be the most lawful one, So I don't know, but well, I don't know. I cannot drink. I will not lie anymore. I can finally accept that I'm a little bit drunk. I thought when I started streaming that I was finally completely sober, even more because I was even going to get angry about it because I drank like two whole bottles of beer. So this is very crazy. I have a little bit more of drunkenness in my system. I will try to probably go to sleep or something like that. And you have 5 cans while watching this. How much? I haven't been streaming for 42 minutes, my brother. How the fuck do you drink so much? My god, amazing! What a night on, what is it? Liver you have? Liver, liver. Hmm? Depending on the autocorrect when it works. Lalber, yeah, Lalber, probably Lalber, Liber. I don't know, but yes, I mean, it happens. We cannot really do anything against it. So I don't know. Do you have anything else to say? Because if not, I will probably go to sleep. I'm more than anything else wanted to stream because, as I said before, I do not know if I will have that much possibilities this upcoming week. Even more because we're still on holidays. So having a very hectic schedule is not something that I enjoy. I will probably do things like guerrilla or something like that the times, but we'll see what happens. No, I do not want to go to that, but well, yes, it is my time. I mean, I tend to stay more than simply 2 a.m. My brother, do not worry that much. Let me see. Let me please read somebody before I leave, because there is no real excuse for not reading anybody. Let me find it. And well, I mean, kind of, if it wasn't obvious already, I hope everybody had a great time. More than anything else, aside from the fact of me wanting to do a tiny stream before not knowing if I will have the opportunity in the future. Um, Aside from that, here we are. We are going to see, and thanks for everything. As always, it is a nice opportunity and even more a nice time that we have here. I I don't know what in particular we're going to do in this upcoming week, but yeah. So far, I guess it is time for us to take a look. Let me see. Who is it? For me, what? What time is it? What? I don't know. I found somebody who is from. We're going to read from Mix, because yes, I want to read that. Basically, that is my whole reason. No more explanations. Thank you. Let me do this. Now, unbelievable, yeah. Basically, holy fuck! I have almost a problem trying to type. There it is. Raid. Slash raid. Who for mix? Who is doing what? I don't even know. What? My my video player crash. PC. What the fuck is your problem? Can you work? Can I can I know where are we going to raid? What is happening so I can give a tiny I don't know. We're going to discover what is happening there anyway. All at once. Now, let me do something. Who cares? No, I want to know because I also want to watch. That is the problem. Vita, you do not understand. I am lying when I say that I am going to sleep. I might as well stay for at the very least 5 more minutes because I still need to turn off my PC and all of that. So yes, let me do that. Yes, I know I asked them. That is what is important here, asking things. But yeah, well, sorry. The real thing is thanks as always for being here, thanks for paying attention, thanks for looking, thanks for watching the bot, thanks for everything, thanks for the opportunity. Please stay safe, please take care of yourself, and whenever it arises again the opportunity of being here, we are going to find ourselves once again in this particular place. But now we need to leave, we need also to raid, so nothing more else to add, raid now. Bye bye. Thanks for everything. What the fuck? Raid.